ready for another lesson?
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Back Row Banter, your favorite casual movie talk podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Schwartz, and this week's episode we'll be talking about the movie. Good luck, have fun, don't die. But of course, before we get to any of that, I'm joined today by not lying Nathaniel Ginger.
I'm not lying. You need to listen to me and follow me now.
What would you do if you were in a diner, grabbing a burger, grabbing a bite to eat? Some guy looking like that walks in and says all that shit.
Yeah, that's a great question.
I mean, like, we're all in the same spot until he starts proving himself, right? I think.
Yeah,
like,
100%. Yeah.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think if you believe him right off the bat, I think you're the crazy person. You know what I mean? Like, guy looking like that walks in.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got to be like, all right, well, what's this guy's shtick? And then if he eventually can prove himself, I'd be a little bit more inclined to listen to what he's saying.
Yeah. What an interesting setup, because it opens up the dynamic of, like, you're like, okay, he's gonna have to start proving himself, but then the people or however and whomever he's able to prove himself to, then I have to start to think like, okay, well, are they in on it? Right? So it's almost like he's gonna have to prove it to, like, me or somebody that I know that can't be in on it.
Yeah,
sure.
Does that make sense? Before I'm like, oh, I don't know, this guy's
I didn't even
bullshit.
think about that.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
There's a certain part in the setup where, like, I don't want to say my suspension of disbelief was broken, but my radar of, like, oh, okay, this is where we're going next went off. And maybe we'll talk about it a little bit more when we're, like, kind of into we've talked about the movie, because we haven't even discussed anything about it yet. We've just said, would you believe a man who came into a diner, right?
Yeah, and said I'm from the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, non people who have not listened to the movie are pretty confused, or sorry, watched the movie are pretty confused right now. But apologies. Continue though. I want to hear what you're.
Oh, it's basically like, once I started recognizing other actors, that I was like, oh, they're in this movie. Okay, like, and I see them in a background shot. It's like, okay, well, I'm waiting for them to get involved somehow, and then that'll figure out kind of, your movie brain starts working a little bit more on what's going on.
Right.
But yeah, good luck, have fun, don't die. This is should we talk about the section or how we review movies here first?
Well, we can introduce Blake here.
Yeah, sorry.
This week we got
we're not even close.
big revolution BlakeHolder. That's okay. It's all good.
All right, we'll take it.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to be
uproar.
the B alliteration every single week. It can just be something in between. How we doing today, Blake?
Good, man. Happy to talk
Happy
about this
hump
one,
day.
dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is
Something we
Wednesday.
should arguably say more, but then it's like, I don't know if that's.
Happy hump
Can
day.
you say that to people randomly?
Yes.
Not in the office. It feels risky.
You have free
Yeah, I know.
will.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Like, is that NSFW? I don't know.
You're right, Nathaniel. You got free will, but, like, you say that to the wrong person, like, you may end up viral on the interwebs.
Maybe
and you know what?
That's why
if
you give
forget
it
it's Wednesday and it's actually like Tuesday or Thursday, then you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Then you're going to HR. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's why you
that's a
gotta
problem. You can't say happy hump day on Tuesday or Thursday. People are gonna think you're crazy.
That's why you commit to the camel accent from the Geico commercial. So then people will just know as well too that you're quoting something, and then you're in the clear no matter what.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. So technically, we're saying we can say anything as long as we're pulling it from media.
Man, I'm pretty
Slippery
sure.
slope, but you could get me
Pretty
to
sure
sign
that's
up.
been
as long as you're-
politics
as
for the
long as you're
last 2
quoting.
years, at least. Like, oh, what do you mean? I was just doing a joke. I was just referencing something else. No, I don't actually believe what they espouse in that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I was just quoting Samuel L. Jackson. I would never say the N-word.
Yeah.
yeah, right. I was like, that's exactly where it goes.
I was just quoting Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, the character
Yeah.
apparently
Oh,
was Hitler,
man.
but whatever.
Yeah. I don't actually agree with it.
Yeah.
What a great. I mean, I wonder how that holds up in court. I was just quoting this thing.
I don't know, man. Maybe one day you won't even have to go to court. They're just gonna put it into an AI prompt,
Stop.
and the AI is
Stop
gonna give you the
right
verdict.
now. Stop right
Oh,
now.
I think that's the. I think that's the plot to the movie Mercy with Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson.
Really? I don't even know what that is.
It just came out like a month ago,
Flopped
and
hard.
it is Chris Pratt, and I can tell you pretty much the whole plot because
I do
it's
like
in the
Rebecca
trailer,
Ferguson, though.
which my roommate made me watch all the way in its entirety, so I know the whole movie already.
RP.
Yeah, right. So Chris Pratt's character is partially responsible for creating this AI that is judge, jury, and executioner of the judicial system. I think they were testing it in Los Angeles, maybe. I don't know if it's
Good
like
place to start.
countrywide or whatever.
Not
Nationwide.
a lot of
yeah,
people.
yes. They started. No, right. Not a lot of crime. So they put it in place in LA, and then he ends up in the chair, and you have 90 minutes to prove your innocence to the AI, and you have access to every Ring doorbell camera, cell phone footage, live cam feed. You have access to everything, and you have to basically prove you're innocent. And he is accused of like murdering his wife, and so he has to prove that he didn't murder her.
So it's shitty Minority Report.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
AI Minority Report. One of the reviews that I read on Letterboxd was the best thing this movie does is put a timer in the bottom left so you know when it's fucking over.
Wait, so is Rebecca?
Yeah, we did not go see that.
Is Rebecca Ferguson his wife or the AI?
No, she's the AI.
Of course
judge.
she is.
Yeah.
Of course she fucking
Yes.
is.
Yeah. Which, like, I'm sure she's cool in the movie. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. We're pro Rebecca Ferguson on the pod.
But yeah,
she will
be
also
Netflix
be in
next
anything.
Week,
she has The Rock's choice in movies as well too. I'm not. I gotta say,
yeah, she's awesome though. She's so awesome.
She's got some hitters though, like
100%
some hitters that are more hitters than The Rock.
Hell yeah.
Of course,
100%.
right?
She was also in what was Hugh Jackman Remembers His Wife or whatever from a few years ago that we did on the pod.
Yeah, that movie's ass.
Hugh Jackman Reminiscence.
That movie is a 2-pack of ass for sure.
Come on, man. You don't want to live in neo-noir Miami in the year 2067.
Wasn't it all underwater? Wasn't it?
Yeah,
Venice?
Yeah, well, it was partially that. It was all.
That was New Orleans.
I thought it was
that's right.
Miami.
But you couldn't go out
I could
during
be,
the day or
confusing
something
that.
because
Well, it was
like,
too hot during
Yeah.
the day, so you can only go out at night. That'll be us pretty soon.
yeah, that movie should have been cool.
Anyway. It should
No,
have
it had all the bones.
Like,
to at least be entertaining. I agree. And the fact that
I mean, I don't
even
remember
think it's
being
entertaining.
Why doesn't it
I don't
look
know if I'll
like
ever watch it again.
Bad.
No, but it should have looked like Blade Runner. Like,
Yeah, it definitely did not. It definitely
No way.
did not.
Would you watch it again, Adam?
No. When I
Case
said it
closed.
wasn't bad, I don't think it was like offensive necessarily. I just don't
it's
think
not,
there was
it's
much
not Snake
flavor
Eyes.
to. Right? Yeah, I think that movie's like a
Snake
solid
Eyes.
like 1.5 to 2 stars. Like it's like very fine, nothing inherently bad about it necessarily. Just not a lot of good in it as well.
You know, man, I'm calling that's a PC answer of yours. That movie's ass. And it's
All right.
and your answer of 1.5 stars aligns with that.
There's only like
Yeah, I mean, but I mean that's I guess
there was
that's
some
a
guy
bad
that
rating,
had
but
a
I don't think
cool
I don't know.
Caucasian
I guess that's
accent
fine.
for about like 5 minutes in the movie. I remember that.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah.
Anyways,
We're not here to talk about reminiscence. We're here to talk about a movie called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Nathaniel, if listener here is new, or maybe they've just forgotten, can you give them a rundown of how our review segment works?
Sure. Should we address the elephant in the room that we don't have Tyler?
The second I said that, I was like, oh, we forgot to mention that Tyler's not here. And I do this like every time. Tyler's not here. He has some personal matters to attend to that came up last minute. So we haven't received a ranking or review from him. I don't know if we will get one. So that's all up in the air. If it comes in, it comes in. We'll have to play that by ear.
He's off
to
fight in the revolution, man. That's where he's at.
Yeah,
he's busy.
He just might be. With that being said, then Nathaniel, give here our good listeners a rundown.
Yeah, what's up, folks? Here's how it works. On Back Row Banter, we review the movie. And the way that we do that is we split it into two sections. It's the non-spoiler section, and then there's the spoiler section. Pretty self-explanatory. In the non-spoiler segment, we'll go over who wrote it, who directed it, who's in it, all that good stuff. We go around the squadron tonight, a triumvirate, decide if we would recommend it, yes or no. There is no nuance on the internet. And then we will play spoiler noise. We won't have, if you don't want to have anything spoiled for you, go ahead and check out there. But we're going to go into any big plot twists or our own thoughts, deeper thoughts about the movie itself, anything, we want to talk about, really. And then, but if you don't have anything spoiled for you and you want to skip over that, you can. You just got to look in our show notes when that time is over. But we'll also play a spoiler noise, and we'll also let you know when we're out of it and when we're ranking things on our Entropy list, which is our big list of everything we've watched on the podcast ranked. Probably already referenced tonight, maybe. Or you might hear us talk about it more in the post-pod at some point or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Adam, tell me about Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Whew.
I would love to. New movie, of course, rated R with a runtime of 2 hours and 14 minutes and an IMDb rating of 7.4 out of 10. Sorry, 7.5. Misread that. The movie, let me pull up the full list here. I don't know if I want to.
It's got Sam Rockwell.
We got Sam Rockwell. So I discovered this thing. This is the first time it's ever actually happened to me. Where no, I want to. Google Chrome will let you like split view within a tab. You can like, and I don't want to do it. But it just did. I'll figure this out later. Anyway.
Is your Google
directed
AI
by
not working?
Yeah, let me ask Gemini or Microsoft Copilot. And
Please help.
Have it do it for me. Yeah, please take over my computer. Do it for me. Directed by Mr. Gore Verbinski and written by Matthew Robinson. The cast includes, as we already mentioned, Mr. Sam Rockwell. We have Juno Temple, Haley Lou Richardson,
Yes.
Michael Pena. When's the last time you guys seen Michael Pena?
Not enough.
I missed him.
Oh,
I like him. I like that guy. And I feel like he is the first new movie I've seen him in a little bit. So
Probably the Ant-Mans. It's probably one of the
third Ant-Man.
Yeah, he might have. I think he was in it briefly because he doesn't go with them to the quantum verse or wherever quantum realm. But I think he maybe shows up before or after. Could be wrong. Zazie Beetz is here. And then I'm gonna go. Who else do we need to throw in here? We have Asim Chowdhury, and I think I might leave it there. There's some other actors that have decent-ish roles, but that's like our main cast. That's who we're with the majority of the time, I would say. So I'm going to leave it there. The IMDb summary reads as follows. A man from the future arrives at a diner in Los Angeles where he must recruit the precise combination of disgruntled patrons to join him on a one-night quest to save the world from the terminal threat of a rogue artificial intelligence. That's a really good IMDb summary, one sentence kind of summary there. I'm on board. I mean, I feel like that tells you everything you need to know, while also like just teasing you quite a bit. I mean, that's an S tier IMDb summary. That is a great summation.
Papa Schwartz stamp of approval.
Yeah, there you go.
Certified fresh.
Certified fresh summary. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's not many gaps to fill in here. It is somewhat of time travel, time loop, and then there's also some I don't know. I mean, you got the
weird
plot.
Terminator.
You got the gist. Sure. Yeah, kinda. I could get behind that. How we feeling here, gents? 7.5 on IMDb if you've listened long enough or stay tuned into the ratings there. That's not bad for IMDb. That's pretty good rating. I mean, anything over a 7 on IMDb is pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It's
7.5
Terminator
is very
meets
solid.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Ooh,
Meets
I don't know if I would.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers
Yeah.
or the Faculty.
I'm talking in kind of like
seen
in kind of
either
tone.
those.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what it kept reminding
But
me
you-
of at points.
Okay. I could see it. 7.5. How are we feeling here, fellas? Blake, you said you were
Yeah.
excited to talk about this when we first hopped on.
Yeah, I knew this is the 7.5 on IMDb. That's very indicative of why I was happy to talk about this. This is a textbook movie of you put this movie in front of like your average moviegoer and they're like, oh, that movie's awesome. Right? So this is one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's introspective. It's got heavy themes. It's got social commentary.
Sure.
It's got some political statements involved to it. So yeah, I mean, I knew this is one that would go over pretty well. That being said, I don't know how it's performing in the box office necessarily. That's something I'll have to go and fact check that. But yeah, I knew this is one once you kind of sat down and watch it. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. The theater I saw it in wasn't a packed theater, but like a okay crowd, I would say. I think I went
was
Saturday
surprised
afternoon.
How busy my theater
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I went a
Same,
Saturday, Valentine's Day afternoon, and there was a decent amount of people in there for sure.
Yeah.
And it seemed like everybody enjoyed it. You get some laughter, very comedic in here as well. Some few times where you got like some people cheering for a few things. So yeah, overall, it's one I want to talk about. Like I said, I knew it would kind of hold over well. I have some sentiment that I'll be able to share as well, and then ultimately, I would recommend. I know that's how we use this first portion of the review. Is a recommend or do not recommend. I will be on the recommend side. Then once we get into kind of spoilers and be able to talk about the plot and the different layers of characters, because there's a ton going on here. You got AI commentary, you got political gun commentary, you got comedic bits, you've got time travel, you've got some horror, you've got social media commentary, right? You've got Black Mirror episodes in here. It's a ton going on. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Long-winded answer, but there it is. Adam?
I'm on board. You know, I was also a little surprised to see how packed my theater was, but was happy to see it. Obviously, the for me, this movie is a little bit of a tale of two halves, where I think I enjoyed more than this. And if
You cut out there.
changes,
You said the first more than the second.
Yeah, the first half and the second, and a bit more of why that is in spoilers. But yeah, I think overall, I definitely had a good time. There is a lot here to like and laugh at, especially. I mean, this movie was hilarious at parts. It had me laughing throughout. But I think I think it does too much in some areas, or tries to do too much, and I think the runtime being over 2 hours to me is a little
I didn't really feel
heavy. I started to.
Yeah.
I started to personally. So I think there could be some things shaved off potentially, which may have helped my viewing experience overall. But you know what? I had a good time, and I definitely recommend you go see this. I don't know if it's necessarily one you need to like rush out and see in theaters, although always go support your theaters when you can. But I would recommend. I do like it. I had a good time, and I think other people should see it. It's got a lot to offer.
Yeah, this one's weirdly like I've had multiple people kind of bring this one up to me outside of obviously our conversations and stuff like that. And for a movie I hadn't seen the trailer, I'd really only seen the poster. Before going into it, I was surprised by that, and I think we also talked about surprised about the amount of people that were in my theater as well too. Because when I bought the ticket that morning, it was me and one other person, and when I got in there's probably a good 20 other people in the theater, and it was one of the smaller ones because I was seeing it, like early afternoon on a Tuesday. So yeah, in one hand, it was interesting because it was kind of what we talk about a lot, whereas the closest I'll come to like waking up in a theater and something is playing and I don't know anything about it. I've just got to figure out if it keeps me interested in some ways. Because really all I knew was that it was Sam Rockwell, the title, and that it was directed by Gore Verbinski, which I was like, all right, enough to get me in. And so I was interested with kind of where it went. I didn't really feel the runtime, which I think, is a compliment. Is definitely a compliment from my perspective. But there was definitely, for me, it was actually a movie I think I eased into a little bit more. I think there was first maybe 20 minutes or so, I was kind of a little bit didn't really know or feel and if I was vibing with it. But actually, once it went to the Juno Temple's characters, kind of more her story, I really got a little bit more interested in it overall, and kind of a little bit more.
We're gonna have to talk about that because that's, I think, where they started to lose me a little bit.
Okay.
In some ways.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, we'll talk about that for some, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I still think it's interesting. I think it's definitely worth a watch. I'm glad it exists. I'm glad Gore Verbinski's out there. I think this is the first movie he's made since A Cure for Wellness, which I think is 2016, so borderline 10 years now.
Yeah, wow.
I love him in the world making movies. I will hope he continues to make more, I think Pirates of the Caribbean is one of the great movies of the 21st century, in my opinion. The first one, at least, that's after he remakes The Ring, which arguably is better than the original.
One of the best horror remakes of all time.
I really enjoy his sensibility. I think he's another Danny Boyle. I think he's another Sam Raimi, where he's kind of like, I've got my storytelling style. I'm also a bit twisted. I've got a bit of a weird, I'm not afraid to freak you out and delve into horror a little bit as well too. So yeah, I appreciate this movie. I enjoyed it overall. I think Sam Rockwell's really good in it. I think this movie is depending a lot on his performance. And I think it's lucky that he's there and kind of carrying it in some parts. Particularly, I would say towards the end. I think that comes in a bit more. I hadn't seen Haley Lou Richardson in anything else before this. I thought she was pretty great.
I had to check out her discography and IMDb.
Yeah, she's a name I've heard a lot. I feel like I've heard her.
I almost recognized her in some ways, but I don't think I've seen pretty much anything she's been in as I was looking through her.
I feel like I've either seen her in
Split. She's in Split briefly.
Sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen her in other red carpet photos or something, or I've heard her name floated for other roles, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm a recommend. I don't know if like we were saying, I don't know if maybe you have to go and see it in the theater, but it definitely benefits it. Oh, I had another dude in my theater who was his first time seeing a movie, so that was really great.
No, bro.
It's almost like I kind of almost grow to appreciate it at this point, because it really does give me the normie experience, where I'm like, it's this is what the average person is thinking in a movie for the most part. This is what the normal person. This is how they genuinely gather information.
You get a little spoiled, right, with from us, and even more so Nathaniel as well, just from a film perspective of how we take in media and filmography, right, compared to just that the guy or gal or however they identify goes and they watch 3 movies a year in theater.
Right. It's
right.
It's we've got an
totally
evening free. I'm out to go and check out a movie just because, or something like that. Yeah. So yeah,
I had to check myself recently because my roommate watched Weapons for the first time. Which he watched Weapons and Sinners both for the first times on a plane. Different conversation.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man's right. But
That's a lot of people though. Like when else?
It is a lot of
argument's like,
people.
well, when else am I gonna fucking watch a movie?
Yeah.
What else am I
But
gonna do
he-
on a plane for
just
3
like
hours? I understand it.
Christopher Nolan
He,
intended.
Yeah, right. He watched Weapons and I mentioned to him, I was like, well, did you pick up any themes of like school shootings and gun violence and stuff like that? And he goes, I don't know, man. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Like, that wasn't really immediately what I thought of. And I was like, dude, they put a gun in the sky. like there's a giant gun in the movie. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's only about that, but there's themes there, right? And he goes, no, man, I just don't see where you're coming from. Like, I don't think there has to be meaning there. And I
On
was
one
like,
day,
well,
the entire
okay.
classroom disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, man.
Means nothing.
No. I was just like, okay, man. Yeah, so I had to check myself.
So media
I was like,
literacy is
okay,
dead,
well,
is what we're saying. But
some people just don't engage that way, Nathaniel, and that's okay.
Arguably thanks to AI and social media and algorithms.
I mean, yeah, it's been
It's been on
dead
that
for a
decline.
while.
Really quick though,
Love you,
what I
Eddie.
want to jump on when we were talking about the cast and the role Haley Lou Richards carries. One thing I did recall her from, and I had to go through her filmography. I have seen The Edge of 17, which, funny enough, stars another Haley, Haley Steinfeld, and she's the.
I've heard that's a good movie.
She's the second lead in that. A pretty good
I've heard
movie.
it's good as well.
Yeah.
7.3 on
man,
IMDb here as I'm looking at it.
It's one I saw back around the time it came out.
Sure.
It's pretty
Got
good.
it.
But that's just all I wanted to
Always
share.
felt like a good date night movie kind of thing.
Yeah.
I say kind of thing a lot.
Cool. It happens. All right, I think we're good to head into spoilers though, gents. Yeah.
Yeah. 3
Let's do it.
recommends.
Cool. 3 recommends. Might be 4. I don't know. We haven't heard back from Tyler. Not sure if we will. So I don't know if he'd recommend it or not. I mean, you think Tyler would recommend this movie if he's watched it already, or
I think
if
so.
he does?
If I could go in the brain of Tyler, I
Yeah.
think this is one he would say he would at least recommend.
I think he'd recommend it. I think he'd probably be the lowest of the 4 of us, though. That's
Alright.
where I would. That's my prediction. All right, we can go ahead then. Head into spoilers. If you've not seen, good luck, have fun, don't die. Go ahead, check the episode description. I left a timestamp you can jump to. Where we're taking the ranking of the movie up upon our entropy list.
Up upon.
Do we have a spoiler noise this week, Nathaniel?
Spoilers.
Oh, nice.
Very fitting.
Nice. I like that. I love how that one came through for once. I mean, we
That's-
never
yeah,
get
it's
sound
nice.
effects or voice modulation. I mean, wow, that's nice.
Shit
Very
goes
fitting.
down.
It's been a
man.
while. It's been a while since we
Movie's so weird.
well, we don't do that many in-person eps these days, but it's been a
Yeah.
while since we've hopped on there and done the voice modulation all together. Because I feel like we did that for the first 2 years of this podcast. We do this every time we got together, was throw on the voice modulation for at least 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
gotta
been
at
a
least
while
test it
since we've
out.
done that.
Have the have
Yeah,
fun with the
exactly.
roadcaster.
Yeah.
So
This
again,
movie is wild.
I
your
came.
point, Blake.
I walked out of this movie, and a guy that I saw it with walked out and just went, "Man, crazy movie, huh?" And I was just like, "Yeah, it was a trip." And then he went and talked to a AMC employee and was like, "Have you seen Good Luck, Don't Die, Have Fun yet?" And
Yeah.
he was like, "No."
This is
He's
someone
like,
you know?
"No, this is a random dude." Just
Oh, just a random guy.
yeah, so it really is apparently getting people to go out and talk about it. He's like, it's a head
Yeah.
trip, it's crazy, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, no, spot on, dude. Yeah, dude. So, I mean, it's I don't even know where you jump in from this, fellas. Right? So there's
so many movies it's referencing as well too, but more or less,
it's meta.
It's pulling from a
aware.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pulling from a lot.
So just breaking down the different kind of plots per se, right? You have the Groundhog Day time travel,
yes,
right?
Mhm.
From the Sam Rockwell character.
Yep. who
You
is
have,
fighting AI, the Terminator, i.e. Skynet kind of thing, because it
yeah,
seems to
the Terminator route of he's going back, he's
Hal.
being pushed back into the past
Yes.
to eliminate something to prevent it from happening.
Yes.
You
Well,
have
not
the
eliminate
Haley
it
Richardson
necessarily.
character.
Right.
He's to try and
Pardon me.
safeguard it.
Yeah.
He's trying to make, because the super intelligence is inevitable in every timeline.
Correct.
He's trying
You're absolutely
to make
Make
it
it
a
like
friendly
humans.
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
You're absolutely right on that.
pretty
Adam. Thanks
important firewall. Yeah.
for sure. You have the Haley Lou Richardson character, which is somebody who is allergic to Wi-Fi and internet,
Yes.
which is a
Well,
very
just
interesting
technology,
concept,
which is
right?
awesome. Yeah.
Very interesting concept, right? They throw it in. You can see how that can impact somebody day to day. You have
That's also a very Terminator storyline, that whole bit.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with she has a partner who ends up abandoning her to go into the reality world.
Yeah.
You have the Michael Pena and Zazie Beetz characters who are teachers, going through essentially Invasion of the Body Snatchers,
Black
the
Mirror
faculty
episode.
timeline where Black Mirror episode where their students are like zombified by their phones.
Yep. Yeah,
essentially,
and
right?
that's
And they're
where we
kind of
got into
mindlessly following them around.
all tech is bad now at this point. Like the AI has invaded tech. It's Mission Impossible Final Reckoning where the tech has all been invaded by AI.
For sure. And you can't critique the tech. You can't get on the teens for using the tech, right? That's like severely frowned upon.
Everyone's going on sabbatical.
Well, there's the sabbatical lines, and then Michael Pena goes, "What are the rules with phones?" And then G goes, "There's no rules in war," or something like that. Are the rules in war?
Yeah. And the strangest bit, I would say, is in the timeline of the Michael Pena and Zazie Beetz characters, where school shootings are just wildly normalized, and you can just clone your child into another conscious, and like that's it. Like they just call you like,
the
hey,
Apple
there's been a school shooting. And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. We're going down to Again LLC, and we're just gonna we're gonna clone Jimmy and put him right in that shit. And you get to build them like you build a bear. You get to pick the personality. You get to pick everything.
The "we just had fun with it" bit is one of the darkest jokes that I've been that I laughed so hard at.
Yeah, I agree. Where they're like, we made her Muslim, and then she's like, Mom, Dad, is anybody else Muslim? And they're like, no,
just you.
Yeah, that is
funny.
a classic bit, and they're talking about how weird their kid is. Like,
we made her super tall.
Yeah. So that's a good bit because you could see the selection before with I forgot the lead character.
Well, then because it also has those just super dark setup of like, this is our 5th time doing it. Mm-hmm. And then like
the other moms aren't phased at all.
Yeah, well, and then like that particular family where they're like, oh yeah, this is like our 5th one, and like they like walk them through like the first time is devastating, and the second time devastating, and then like gets to the 5th one. That's when they're like, we just had fun with it, and you're just like, that is. Oh man, and that was really the part where I kind of turned around on this movie, where I started to be like,
I agree. That's when I bought in.
Yeah. It was really that one, because I gotta say, like up to that, like the first bit when like Sam Rockwell comes in and kind of like gives his anti-AI speech, to me it was kind of like, oh, cool, we're getting like the boomer millennial opinion on like AI is bad, this is all stolen your mind, kind of like that level joke. And it's like, all right, like, yeah, I get it, Sam Rockwell, like, and like, yeah, that's a thing we can say, but also like, if all we're saying is that AI is bad, sure, but like, we got to have a little bit more point here, something thorny. And then they're like, oh no, school shootings are a daily occurrence and you can clone your kid because of it. And I was like, fuck yes. All right. Yes. Inject this weird shit into it. Like,
absolutely, dude.
like,
I think that's where I
now
bought
we're-
in.
we're-
Such a wild critique to have.
Yeah,
in,
like,
a mass
now we're
series
getting
film.
dark and weird with this. And yes, I'm
Yeah,
buying.
I
You've
agree.
got my attention.
Yeah. And
Okay,
the fact
so-
that you could just build your child and they just inadvertently like, yep, we actually made
He's
her
like-
racist as well.
Yeah,
And it's just like
completely unhinged. Those are
so funny.
completely
Yeah.
unhinged. Oh no, those are actually for the shooters. It's great with the military. You're like, fuck.
Yeah. Go ahead, Adam. You're trying to get. You're trying.
Yeah,
to get
you're
some
out,
words in.
you're of the opposite opinion. So I'm
Earlier-
fascinated by this.
Well, I have a partial opposite opinion where like I do love how weird it gets, and obviously I thought that scene of like we just had fun with it, that was hilarious. But I couldn't help but feel like that almost added a layer to the movie that made it a little bit too much and like kind of veered it away from more of like a streamlined story into like it was doing a lot at that point where you have AI, you have clones, you have this, social media zombification, you have the VR headset, alternate reality that people can
That
go
just
live in. And it's like,
immediately kills your like,
Right.
yeah,
right. Yeah, you have no desire to live anymore the second you put on a headset. So it's like, those things all blended together. I think they blended well ultimately, and it's
Yeah.
like, there's some overlap in these themes, and generally, it's a lot of commentary and a lot of the messed up things that are wrong in the world today, of course. But the cloning and then like that whole like long little storyline with Juno Temple's character, like to me, that was just a little bit of like veering off a little bit too far, and I think we could have found a different storyline for her that was somewhat related and similar in theme, that maybe was just a little bit tighter and kind of brought it together more, and a little bit. That said, did like how weird it was and kind of leaning into that, and like also the commentary of the desensitization of school shootings and whatnot. Yeah, definitely good stuff on that front. But I think it would have done a little bit of service. I did feel the runtime, especially like I said in that second half, and even just kind of towards the third act and the climax. Like it felt like it was just like dragging on for a while. And just things could have just moved quicker, not necessarily cut things, just move the pace of either the scenes or the editing or whatever it is, just move things faster. It kind of dragged on in certain spots where I was like, okay, this could be happening just a little bit more of a rapid pace. Those are my main critiques of the movie. I think I ended up giving this a 3.5 on Letterboxd. And I think I was a 4-star rating pretty much up until that last act, and it kind of dragged on for me and veered off a little bit. That and ended up landing at about 3.5. What did you guys think though of like the ending? Has a lot going on with it in terms of like you have the horse cat thing, and then the zombified teenagers come out, and then you have the backstory reveal that Ingrid, Haley Lee Richardson's character, is actually the mom, which is I think a pretty cool reveal.
Yeah.
And then you
I
see where
mean-
Sam Rockwell came from. So like I don't know, there's a lot that, and then you have the kid who's actually a clone printed by the AI to build more AI, which is like, okay, I don't know why you need a physical clone to type into a keyboard. Like you could probably just program yourself internally, but
I agree with that.
but whatever works. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot happens in the third act. How did you guys end up feeling about it?
Yeah, it was a lot to unpack, because to get up to that third act, you then essentially go through, as we kind of coin off Nathaniel, you go through your ragtag like journeyman movie, right? Like you get your ragtag team, and then go to your journeyman movie. You're like, you're going from point A to point B. You're going through all these obstacles, and they finally get there at the end, and kind of the team breaks up. You got the Zazie Beetz character, the Michael Pena character. They take on the zombified invasion of the body snatchers teens, because they're after them from their teaching job, right? When he touched the technology. And then you get the other three leads go to the house where the AI boy is. He's got the AI parents, and yeah, it's. I think it was good. I think the bit of the actual child being a AI clone, I don't really like that was almost set up to be like a reveal, which like I don't really understand why. I feel like that would we kind of went into that assuming that. At
Mhm.
least I feel like that's kind of what I thought. Like I didn't think that would be a human child, right? Who's
Sure.
doing that. Um so that wasn't necessarily the biggest reveal for me. I think them talking into existence and like the AI prompt of something that didn't exist, but then it comes out to be that giant horse, giraffe, cat
Yeah.
thing, right? When they're like, oh, well, like, it could be kittens, it can be a horse,
Yeah.
it can be a giraffe,
It's
and they're just
very
like
it's very
listing things. And
Ghostbusters.
yeah, that was kind of cool to see that kind of come to its head and kind of AI prompt that. Yeah, all in all, I mean, I don't have too many qualms about it besides the reveal. I don't think was meant to be a reveal, or perhaps I'm open to saying I was looking at it wrong. And just the cliffhanger it's left off at, but like this 100% expected it was Groundhog Day. Not
Yeah.
a single ounce of me assumed they pulled that off.
Sure.
Right. Not a single ounce of me. So that's my kind of thoughts.
So, actually, Nathaniel, do you have thoughts? I don't want to.
Yeah, I thought as soon
On
as
just the
we
ending sequence and everything.
yeah, as soon as we got that flashback to the kid, we all kind of like we're like, oh, okay, so Haley Lou Richardson is the mom, right? Like
Mm.
we more or less picked that
Yeah,
up.
that's kind of how I begin to feel.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, and like I thought the setup there was fine. I thought the ending ended up being more. I don't know. Like I feel like Gore Verbinski on a bad day is a better action director than a lot of like crap we've gotten recently
yeah.
and stuff. And so like on a visual level, I was still pretty satisfied with it overall. Even like the bits that I could tell it was a CGI wires, like having the fact that they like kind of splatter on them and then almost spider web or like serpentine up the wall and stuff. Like there was little bits of
Mm,
like just like artistry in there, I guess is the right term, that like I
yeah.
felt like it does
Yeah.
elevate this into that 3.5, 4 range, a cut above your kind of bog standard stuff. Um so yeah, I think for a movie where like I very much went into it not knowing anything, it kept my interest throughout. I didn't know it was as long as Adam said it was. Now like looking back on it, I think I like can reflect and feel that like runtime, but I think it
Totally agree.
it like on the whole, for a first watch there, like I was definitely engaged and entertained the whole time. So I think, it's pretty successful in that way. I do think it's like it's a pastiche. It's a lot of other movies rolled into one. I don't know that it's necessarily saying anything new beyond it's kind of like updated jokes for the times, but like I still am happy it exists and that it's a movie with like wide release, and I hope there's more movies like this out there.
I agree.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and I agree with Adam's point on the runtime. That was probably my biggest gripe with the whole film. Like, and I remember me and Haley saw this together, and I remember there was at one point, and looked at the runtime prior to going to watch the movie. Of course, you kind of budget out your day, and it was Valentine's Day, so we did that. And once I kind of figured out the movie, there was a point where I turned to her, and despite me being entertained. And I was like, what's crazy is there's still like another hour and 45 minutes left of this. Right. And that's kind of how I felt. I was like, yeah, I feel like in an ideal world, like they would have been able to give me that movie like in an hour, 50 minutes.
Sub 2 hours for sure.
Yeah.
I think an hour 50 is a good number for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
and
the
again, I don't know if
background
you
you
need
get
to.
on some of the characters is cool. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think you need to necessarily cut certain elements. I think if you were, again the clone thing kind of maybe veers a little bit too far off the rails. Maybe you could tighten that up. But like I don't necessarily know if you need to cut anything. It's more so just speed what you have up. There are just some scenes
Yeah.
that go on for too long. There are
Yeah.
some bits that go on for too long.
But
Um,
I think like if you look at Gore Verbinski's filmography, 205, 220 is about probably where he runs pretty averagely. Like,
I'm sure.
So I may get crucified for this then. So then, are the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, are those not long as fuck too? I would assume they are. I've never seen a
They're
single one, fellas.
longer. I think they're all probably over
Man,
2 hours.
I think we got to do the first one at some point. That might be like a movie, a birthday.
Yeah, I
pick
haven't
for
seen any
me.
of them in years, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think, Blake, I feel like
I'd love to get 'em
you'll
on.
watch the first one and be like, holy shit, this came out in 2003 or whatever it was, and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. One of those
and
movies.
also just like, they do not make them like this anymore kind of thing. Like,
No.
Yeah.
They Pirates of the Caribbean is up there in terms of, you know, I mean, it rivaled Harry Potter at the time.
Yeah, I
Like, it
remember
was
that.
up there as like one of those franchises, and I don't know why it didn't have the staying power really that the others may have had, but it's certainly
not
up
based
there.
off a series of books or comics, you know?
Yeah, I guess the theme park ride isn't enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's
knows?
crazy that ever worked anyways. Like, really, that movie
Sure.
functions on a pretty decent script, really good performances, and then Gore Verbinski directing the shit out of it as well, too. Like, I think that's, you know, the first one at least, and then they kind of build the mythos around it. It's really it's the 2003 answer to like The Mummy. Like, I feel like it's the spiritual successor to The Mummy in a lot of ways.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I have a theory about back to this movie. Do you guys think Sam Rockwell's character is actually living in a virtual reality world where
Oh, like
the AI has set
already
up
gone over
his
it?
life to so like you have the flashback where like he goes outside the bunker and he's about to put the headset on, and then it's as he's about to put the headset on that the AI robot comes out. So like what if he actually did put on the headset and then his reality became the fact that the AI blew up his mom, and then he began this journey
Oh, I see what
of
you're saying.
trying to dismantle the AI, and everything we're watching is actually in Sam Rockwell's virtual reality life that he's been living.
Yeah, I think,
and that's why he can replay it. That's why he can Groundhog's Day.
Right,
Is that what you're
exactly. He can
thinking?
Groundhog's Day
Yeah.
because he feels fulfilled in this life as long as he thinks he's destroying AI, and so the AI has
sure.
set him up so that his life revolves around him
I
trying
think
to destroy it.
I think it's an entirely accurate reading to take on the movie. Like, I think that's
very valid.
definitely one that, like, I would almost argue is probably thought about. Like that feels
Okay.
like it might have been considered.
Yeah, they set it up in some ways. Because also, like, what the fuck is that horse cat thing if it's not in some kind of virtual world? Like, that's not a real.
Yeah, why can the AI create that? Like, is it that powerful?
Yeah,
that
how
it's,
does
like,
that manifest?
sending
Right,
that
how does that
back?
manifest into the world?
Yeah.
Right. That was my question, and partially what made me think of it. Plus, you have like the robots coming alive and stuff, which like obviously was supposed to be the AI. Very Toy Story.
Which was
I mean,
cool,
some
though.
of
Some of
there
those
was
are
a one shot where I was like,
straight Toy Story
Yeah.
knockoffs.
no,
Yeah.
it was like the same shot with the same
Yeah.
toys from Toy Story, which hey, you know what? Cheers to the nod. Obviously, it's not. That's
I gotta get
not
my
trying to rip it. It's
my Toy
giving
Story tattoo.
an ode to. Yeah, dude, Toy Story's phenomenal.
It does. It rips.
But yeah, there's some seeds planted of like maybe he's just living this whole thing over, and then he finally completes his task, and then it turns out it not actually complete. All right, now we got to do a bunch of more loops of like of trying to spread the internet infection disease.
Yeah, it definitely,
just a
but
thought.
it also, like, I don't know if you guys read it. Like, I read it as like, this is a man that's pissed off. Like, this is like from
Sure.
like the creator of this has some things he wants to say.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily know if that's, if I read that as Gore Verbinski, if I read that as like the writer on this, because I don't know if Gore Verbinski's ever directed anything that he's wrote directly, but I know that he storyboards all of his stuff himself.
He's only written 3 movies. or has credits for The Ritual in '96, which is a short, so pretty
Okay.
early on in his career, I'm assuming. Rango and A Cure for Wellness, he has writing credits on.
Okay. So, yeah, I'd be interested to know how much influence he had on this one. It feels like, if it's his first one he's coming back on after a few years, though, as well, too. He probably feels pretty passionately about it.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely a singular vision. I think I'm most of all on board, enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Happy that it's out there.
Agreed. I had a good time
Yeah.
overall, and that's what I'm going to the movies for. So any movie that gives me a
totally agree.
entertaining good time, I'm happy about it. This one, a
Where do you
ton of
think-
laughs.
Where do you think the second the Juno Temple's AI that talked to her came from?
That's what I
the-
was wondering.
The sun that
Yeah.
the sun that's tends
Because
to
Theoretically,
in my
a
head, I was like-
benevolent AI?
Right, because in my head I was like, oh, okay, that the AI were sent to destroy. Scott somehow sent her the
Right. Yeah. The
sun programming and then she's a plant to sabotage the plans.
Yeah.
But then it ends up being that AI, person is actually helping. So, but we never really get a full backstory as to where that one came.
Yeah, it's
from.
not clear if it's because it's a copy of the sun or if it was benevolent beforehand and then it's
Right.
the right and it sought her out or something. Because it's almost like you could read it as because it copied her weird son, it was copied enough that it was no, I want to fix things rather than join the system into a greater thing. But
Yeah.
or it could be that it was the benevolent AI sending that message to her ahead of time or backwards, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point, and I don't know where I lie on the AI that's chatting to her who she assumes is her deceased child.
Well, yeah,
Right? Is that kind of the assumption? Because she's basically hinting that it's my son who's dead, right?
Yeah, it's the
Or
other guy. The other guy says or comes up to her later and is like, that one isn't right. This is much better. And it talks to you and he says it's
Yeah.
And they all get the there's a series of business cards. All of a sudden we're in American
Yeah.
Psycho.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought as well. Yeah.
But yeah, it made it seem like I was almost gonna wonder if one was gonna be the Again company was gonna be yes, we cloned him from the yearly shots they get or whatever, and then the one that was gonna be in her ear was gonna be we cloned him from his social media posts, and they would have different personalities because of that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it didn't really go that direction. It very much became this thing of oh no, this is a good AI that is for some reason telling her to go with the Sam Rockwell character, and then ends up basically defeating the other AI because it can interface with the other one. So I guess I would almost
we
read
never
it
really
as
get a good answer.
yeah, I would almost read it as
I agree.
maybe it's the future,
ambiguous.
the future safeguarded AI contacting back to itself.
Maybe.
Yeah. Another thing I want to point out is the thing that we haven't gotten to yet, but I'm sure we all found it hysterical because I know I did. Is when they're on their journey cross town, and they run into two gentlemen who are trying to. What were we saying today?
Were they in the pig masks?
Yes, they run into two gentlemen who are trying to kill them, or essentially it's two regular civilians who we now
we didn't
know
mention this.
have a hit out on the Sam Rockwell character,
Yes.
presumably from an AI source.
Yeah.
Right? Of saying, like,
I think
I
they
don't
said
know.
it was an
We
anonymous
just know there's
email or something like that.
yeah, it's like $100K bounty to kill the Sam Rockwell character. So there's two guys trying to hunt the group down.
Yeah.
Right, while they're going from point A to point B. And those two guys, they work at Best Buy.
Yeah.
And that
They
was
work at
fucking
Best
gold.
Buy.
And that's when I was like, you know what? I
Fucking
like
funny.
the movie, man. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I of course had to get I
Carl work
smiled
at Best
internally
Buy?
at that one.
Yeah.
And I think they were trying to get money to go to Asia for a video game tournament. I think is what they
Go to
said.
Japan, I think it was.
Which is-
yeah.
Yeah, something like that, which is fucking hilarious.
It's
Yeah.
like Carl and Mike. Like Mike falls off, gets
Yeah.
pinned by a car. Carl's crying later on.
So for a minute with that, it was weird. I almost took it as they were trying to set up that the Carl or Mike character, whomever it was, I believe it's Carl, the guy whose ID they show. It all at one point, maybe I should read into it wrong. It was almost setting up that one of those two guys was the Haley Lou Richardson's character, her partner who left.
Oh.
It almost seemed like he was setting that up, and I was like, how is
Sure.
that gonna work? Like,
I didn't think about that.
I don't know. It
but
was weird. That's kind of
yeah.
what I felt, and then I'm like, I don't know, but there's a few dots that I guess I connected.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's a reach, but then it wasn't that, so it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as that one was going, and then like they like transitioned to later, and it was the Sam Rockwell character is like he's talking about his sick mom. I was just like, oh yeah, that's definitely the mom, right? But that I really did like that moment where she goes out and like and has work, and then comes back, and the boyfriend's like, yeah, I'm just gonna try it out and see. I mean, it was sent to me, kind of thing. And like the fact that it's free.
Yeah, we're gonna throw it away,
as
right?
well,
It has
too.
has no return to sender, right?
Yeah. Which I guess maybe like if you want to take the Terminator lens, is Skynet sending the boyfriend the visualizer, the thing free of charge, because it knows that later on Haley Lou Richardson's character will have Sam Rockwell. Like, is that like the first Terminator it sends back? Kind of thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a great point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like this movie's got a lot of accent. It's got a lot to talk about. Like, to your point, Blake.
It
like,
does.
And like I guess that's something in its corner. Like, it throws a lot of big ideas at you that you can kind of go into, and like I think some of them land, some of them don't. That's part of like what we're talking about. Where like Adam's saying he likes that first kind of setup of the movie, and like you and I, we talk about like it really starts to kick in for us once the Juno Temple's characters kind of the whole again technology gets explored. But it's impressive that this movie has the breadth to cover all of that and still come home at the end to a pretty satisfying overall conclusion, which I think also maybe it speaks to why it's that kind of 7.5 strong across the board. I feel like 3.5 is probably where it's at on Letterboxd as well too. I think that's probably where it's going to stay as well. I see this becoming maybe a bit of a cult classic, but it's not weird enough really to be not reviled enough by the critics to become a cult classic. But I could still see people being like, in a few years they'll be like, Gore Verbinski's got a wild career. People should really check that guy out. He always brought the sauce kind of thing,
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think what's going to end up being the downturn for this, if it doesn't get the wide theatrical success, right, and funding success, it's going to be because there's a lot of things in here that are eerily similar to a wide variety of Black Mirror episodes.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot of people who may be like, you know what, there's how many Black Mirror seasons are there now? 6 seasons.
Something crazy.
You got fucking
dozens
48 Black Mirror episodes to pull from.
But
right?
even that,
and I think that could be a gripe somebody could
at a certain point, like the combative answer to that is be like, yeah, man, after 6 seasons of 48 episodes, you're gonna cover a lot of tech ideas, bro. Like, there's gonna be some things that are good crossovers there as well too. Like,
Yeah,
you know, if
100%.
if you write any sort of tech spooky story, you're gonna reference some sort of Black Mirror episode just on sheer coincidence alone, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. And the two this one touched on of the school shooting cloning, excellent, as well as what feels very Black Mirror-ish is the coming home one day and your partner elects to go into a virtual reality opposed to being in the real world.
So good.
That's
man.
like peak Black Mirror for sure. That's a peak Black Mirror episode of. Yeah, like,
the
hey,
whole
babe,
like I made you dinner.
this hurts
and
me,
like,
but I'm leaving to go to virtual reality. It's a better
Yeah.
place. It's better than the real world. I can do everything I want to do.
I've
Like,
already
yes.
made the decision. There's nothing you can
Yep.
do about it. Like, you are,
For sure.
and like not only that, but like you are actively hurt by this technology, so you can never join me in there, and yet
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
still
you can't.
making
Yeah.
this choice anyways, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was a very impactful scene too. Worst, okay, so for jokes, where are we throwing that guy in boyfriends or partners of movies we've seen? Like, is he
sure. Is he
pretty
worse
shitty
than
boyfriend,
Midsummer?
right? Like, yeah, right. Is he worse than Midsummer? Is he worse than
Don't
my
worry,
boy?
darling.
Fuck, what movie? What movie is that?
Paranormal Activity is the worst one on the podcast.
That's almost like the top.
That's pretty bad.
No,
I think that's
pretty bad.
Yeah, that
I
I
would
mean that's
say-
the standard.
I would say don't worry, darling's pretty high on there as well too.
Ooh, yeah,
'cause that's
which is
when,
actually
isn't that when
funny. That's a
he
funny
just put
parallel
his
to this
daughter
one, 'cause
into
it's like the
or-
inverse.
not daughter,
Yeah.
girlfriend, right? They
He
put him
won't-
into the
yeah.
virtual reality, right?
Right,
That's
right.
Don't worry, darling. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny inverse.
Yeah, I was want to say he's on there.
Adam. Good point.
I think in terms of despicable characters, the Sally Hawkins character and Bring Her Back is probably still the worst person we've ever talked about on this
Yeah,
pod.
we're talking boyfriends though. Man.
Sorry,
We're talking
boyfriends.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man 2, pretty shitty boyfriend.
Legitimately.
Underrated pick. Underrated
Yeah,
pick.
legitimately.
If we want to
Yeah.
bring
What
it
a
back,
sleeper.
Timmy C in Dune 2, not a great boyfriend.
Not a great
Yeah.
boyfriend. Not a
Yeah.
great boy. Wait till you see him in part 3, man.
Yeah, for sure. Like, hey, babe, there's the world's gonna end, and there's only one way we can get up on it. I don't know if it's gonna work for sure. I don't know if it's gonna work for sure, but I'm gonna go date this woman standing
I
I
across.
want to
the
try it at least.
room. And I'll let you know how it works.
It's for the world, babe. It's for Dune.
Jesus Christ.
That's funny.
All right. Are we good here, fellas? We're running a little long here on the review
Yeah, I
time,
think we're
but
good.
cool. Then, with all that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get out of spoilers. Welcome back, listeners who skipped over the spoiler segment of the podcast. We're gonna go ahead and throw up Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, Hop upon our Entropy list. For those of you who do not know, the Entropy list is Back Row Banter's official list of all the movies we have reviewed, regardless of a genre, regardless of anything else, all in one fantastic list. It's essentially how we rate our movies rather than do it out of 5 stars, out of 10, whatever it is. We throw up all the movies we review and on a list and see how they compare to one another. And once they are ranked and thrown up on said list, they will be separated into different tiers. We now have 7 tiers on the Entropy list to give you a better idea of what a ranking means in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, you can check out both the Entropy list and the tiered version in the episode description. Good luck, have fun, don't die. Gore Verbinski. This says 2025, which is really bothering
Don't
me.
die.
I hate when, like, I mean, this movie objectively released in 2026,
Sure
but
wasn't
it's saying
like
2025.
Telluride or something like that from 2025.
I don't know. I hate this time of year when those dates just don't line up. It bothers me.
Mhm.
All right. Well, guys, looking here, I mean, I think I'm immediately looking B tier,
All right.
which is Glass Onion to The Notebook. I think that's kind of what I'm looking at. Potential for like a low A tier. But I don't know if I quite see that in the deck, right? I mean
No,
the
I
bar
think
for
I
A
think I'm with
tier
you. I think I'm with you on
is
the B tier.
Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, so
Wow.
I think I'm leaning B
Wow.
tier in that. Is that a wow as in wow,
Guys,
you're much higher than I am, or
we have
Well, you
Predator.
said Top Gun Maverick, and I was like, okay, I don't think these are that close.
yeah, well, I'm
personally.
saying no. So the bar for A tier is Top Gun Maverick, and I was like, and I don't
Yeah.
know if I see this above that. So
I
that's
don't.
putting me B tier. I agree. I totally agree.
We have Predator Badlands above Weapons. I'm tanking that movie come fucking July.
Who tanked
Where's-
weapons? Someone tanked weapons because it wasn't me.
Low-key, I think
It's
it might have
Blake,
been me.
but
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, that's
I'm letting
right.
you know I'm tanking Predator.
Yeah.
Badlands
Come
was
July.
fun, man. I had a
Badlands is fun though, but it's not a
I have zero
Yautja
memory
movie I
of
want
You're
to
not-
watch.
It's very valid. That's very valid.
Yeah.
The Descent
in
is a
mind,
better
Truman, I agree.
Yautja movie than Predator Badlands is.
What did you say?
What's
So
the better Yautja movie?
The Descent is a better Yautja movie than Predator Badlands is.
That's funny.
Oh, man.
All right. I mean, I just looking here. I think where I'm at, it's tough because there's some movies that are high B tier that I don't know if I'm that fond of. For example, F1, Mickey 17.
Yeah, fair.
Right. I think those might be a little bit too high. I do like them.
All right, hand up. I'm boosting Mickey. That's me.
Yeah. So like I think that kind of pushes me back down to where I want to be in the B tier. So I think I'm around like this 130, 120 range. And ultimately I'm gonna settle on I've got to go above Badlands just off principle. I see Blade 2 there, I see Rebel Ridge, see Rain of Fire, and ultimately I think it's gonna hurt me, but I'll sacrifice two movies I'm very fond of, and that's gonna be Predator and the first Blade. I do think 28 Weeks Later is a little too high, in my opinion. And The Long Walk is actually a really good film. I've thought about that for a long time. Very impactful message,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think this is gonna be kind of in that same ballpark. So I'm gonna stomach it. I can't put it above Blade. I'm gonna go 122.
I like that. Good spot. Nathaniel,
Long-winded
your
answer.
spot?
Sorry, fellas.
Oh, all good. I like the explanation and the thought process.
Yeah.
I have my spot, Nathaniel, if you're not ready.
No,
But
I
you go
got
ahead.
mine. I think similarly, I am sacrificing some movies I love for other ones I I
Yeah,
also love.
I mean, I think we say that every week at this point. There's so
yeah,
many
no,
movies
but like
all over the place.
I think Blake absolutely nailed it in terms of the range. That's exactly kind of where
Yeah.
I'm feeling as well. That's also kind of where I naturally kind of went. And again, this range is one where you can ticky tack, move things around. Like the whole 120 really to 140, I think is just the range where I would absolutely rearrange all of that stuff, but I understand why it is the way it is because of kind of like how we've all voted on it and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
that being said, I think I'm going to put this. I think I'm going to go 128. I'm going to put this above Blade 2. I'm going to put it below La La Land.
Okay.
Knowing that I'm kind of splitting the difference between Del Toro's there because I got Pinocchio right there. I got Blade 2 right there. That's also sacrificing weapons, which I'm on the record as a huge fan of. The Descent, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Barbarian, Malignant, all movies that I don't know that I would necessarily put above or below this, but I've also got to look out for like Rain of Fire, Rebel Ridge, those Pinocchio, Blade 1, all movies that I do believe in. And then, yeah, to Blake's point, Long Walk up there as well, too.
Yeah, Frankenstein, District 9. I agree. I think there's a different tier of movies.
Some big ones there, too. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Valid.
We don't have Tyler, so it's not an official ranking either way, right?
That's where I'm nervous. Is I don't think he will see this if he hasn't already. So this might end up being a bit of sizzle. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll probably get
That
to
makes
it
me-
tomorrow. I'll give him a day or two.
Yeah, all good. Before I forget, let me jot down in case we do have to. Well, we're gonna have to re-rank this later. Nathaniel was at 128 and Blake was at 122. Just so I don't forget and have to, go re-listen to tell everything. I'm gonna be a little bit lower than you guys, but I'm still in the B tier, so don't fret. I'm gonna slot this. I think I'm gonna go 141, below Doctor Strange and above Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
That's valid.
My benchmark as I was looking through here, I was like, this is very similar, and I feel very similarly to The Fall Guy from, I think that was last year, right? With Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Is that last year or the year before?
Dude, that might be 23. Maybe
Really?
4. Maybe 4.
I think it was 24.
Yeah.
Regardless, I had a fun time with The Fall Guy, and I feel pretty similarly in terms of quality and how I'll feel about this movie to that one. So that's kind of my benchmark. I think this one edges it out a little bit for me, and so kind of just looking at the movies around it, I feel like 141 is kind of just where I want to stop. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is an odd like gatekeeper for me in a certain way. I know you feel similarly, Blake. One I actually have the Steelbook for that, and I want to rewatch it soon because it's a fun movie. So yeah, that's kind of gonna be a gatekeeper, and I think Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, one of the better MCU films since Endgame, I think. And while I don't want to boost many MCU films on this list, I think that's one that deserves to stay in the B tier, and stay in that realm. So 141 for me. If we were to rank it with just the three of us, we would have an even
Just
ranking of 130. 130.3. So funny enough, it's gonna go. I thought it was Predator Badlands. Wrong spot. It's gonna go below Challengers, above The Descent. That's where this would land today.
Yeah.
Challenger soundtrack, though. Have we gone back on that one?
Challenger soundtrack. I was positive on it.
I haven't even thought of that movie in a while, to be honest with you.
Good movie.
Good movie, man.
Yeah, it was captivating when I saw it. I agree.
Yeah. Need more tennis in my life and more tennis films. Yeah. But that's I digress.
Bro, I think about sorry, I was just going back through the Entropy list. I think about Bring Her Back so much, like, and not in any positive way. Dude, I don't want to watch it again.
Movie,
but like, I'm just like, fuck, man, they really nailed it with that one. Like, that was, I think, since Hereditary. I think this is the most like bad vibes movie I've come across since Hereditary that just like nails that like. I don't necessarily want to watch it again, but it's a fucking good movie.
Like if that, and I know I was really high on Bone Temple because I ended up putting it very high on my entry list when I ranked it. Like, if Bring Her Back wasn't so fucking sad and sorrowing to watch, it would be just as high.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Because that movie, like that bothered me for a long time, and I really like that movie, and I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah. Because it's just that thing of like
a place of Hereditary for me.
I think like in a lot of horror movies, it's that thing of like, well, at the end of the day, like ghosts are like in some way proof of life after death, right? Like even if you're a ghost, there's some sort of thing of like, well, I can have closure and I can move on and then things will be okay. Bring Her Back's just like, nah, man, it's shit once you die, and when you die, it's just garbage. And
the movie is so dark, dude.
Yeah,
like legitimately ranked way too low.
Yeah,
this podcast,
I
way
genuinely
too low.
think the Sally Hawkins character is just
Hand
one of
up. I tanked it.
Yeah, Adam hated that movie.
one of the most
All
despicable.
right, I didn't hate it. I liked that movie. I just was not nearly as high as you guys. That's all.
Just one of the most like horrible, disgusting
Oh, fucking terrible
characters.
person.
Like just full on hits a child in the face, and you see it happen.
A blind child.
Yeah.
At that.
Who's sleeping?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. And then you gaslight it onto their sibling.
yeah.
And you spray the sibling's cologne on, so the blind child thinks her own
Right.
sibling did it because
Just
okay, I smelled it and it
disgusting
smelled
stuff.
familiar. Fucking terrible person. I agree. I want to watch that again so bad, but it bothered me. That movie.
It's like, yeah, I won't
Really killed me
recommend
to
it
my
to
core.
people. Like,
No,
yeah,
it's
it's not like, oh yeah, well, you got an evening free. Check out Bring Her Back. That'll really set you up.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
Yeah.
you want to feel shitty?
For sure. And that's that was the bridge for ranking Bone Temple so high to me.
Yeah,
Is because there were still some quote unquote redeeming positive qualities of it. Right.
yeah. Like
where
the
you can
Bone
see
Temple
how
features
they're
a
able to
skinning,
save
but
and-
then he blows it up. They blow them all up with a propane tank, and you're like, yes, justice was served. Like,
yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then Bring Her Back. You don't get any of that, man. It's
sorry,
just
we're
like, hey,
we're fully
this is-
into spoilers on these movies as well too, and still recording. I'm sorry.
yeah. Sorry, guys, but I got emotional for a moment because I love Bring Her Back so much, dude. I said that was my favorite movie of 24, or 25. Pardon me, 25,
sure.
and I wish it was ranked so much higher, dude. So totally agree.
Well, you can make your pitch in July.
Yeah, I was gonna say a bit of sizzle
my
for
vote.
our
I may have to,
for
dude.
our upcoming
may have to,
re-ranking
dude.
episodes.
Cool.
We
So
might have
for
to
a
make
review,
those
like, have fun.
a quarterly feature, something that we just like.
Okay. Hold on.
Every
we
few months,
we could talk about
the Back Row Boys go to war for their movies.
it. Yeah.
It almost seems like a year is too long, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It might be. I
Especially
don't
more
want it
movies
to, we
get.
can maybe talk about making it twice a year. I just don't want it to become a thing where we're revising movies we
Yeah, I hear you.
reviewed
Yeah.
a month ago. You know what I mean?
Fair
Like,
enough.
I think some of the entropy fun of the entropy list is just how we felt about it that day and after that watch, and where it kind of just falls. And sometimes things aren't going to age well, but maybe
Looking at you, No Way
maybe we
Home.
just should do a better job.
Well, didn't we already take that?
Could be tanked
Is it
again.
still? Is it despite the tank? Is it still too high?
Christ.
The
It's
first
not that
movie to
bad,
get
man. I
tanked
cried,
twice.
dude. I cried in that movie.
Yeah.
Where's No Way Home?
Yeah, maybe more than once, honestly.
64.
Hell
That's
yeah,
still
brother.
that's
So
A tier,
at
bro.
one point, that thing was like
18
18 or something, right? It was
A tier.
really high.
Far too
Like
high.
it's above
Great
John
movie.
Wick.
I'm not gonna hear it. Our review for next week is
Above
gonna
Gone Girl.
be a little movie called Crime 101 that is new in theaters as well. We're a little bit late to that one that came out last weekend, so we'll be reviewing it a little bit late. But that's getting some buzz and hearing decent things. So check out Crime 101 in theaters and then join us for our review of that next week. We are pretty long in here time wise, fellas. Do you guys have anything you want to mention quick in what we're watching?
Watching the Olympics. You guys been watching any Olympics?
I have
I've
not.
been trying to dabble in it early mornings when I can.
Hell yeah, brother.
So yeah. Although every time I turn it on, like fucking curling is live. Every time
so
I
much
turn
curling.
this on.
Yeah, there's
So
lots of
is
curling.
I would say it's got to just be because that's like a massive tournament style, and there's like
Yes,
best
it's a round
of
robin. It's a round robin
6 or
tournament.
7 or something.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, it's on every time.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting. So I'm learning about
Me
how
too.
they score it and stuff. You know,
So I just saw
agree.
like a Instagram reel. It's this guy who does, I don't know if you guys have seen his videos, but he
will
he does like
now.
sports analysis. He does like sports analysis, but he like does it on like grid paper almost, where he's like drawing out his figures and stats and diagram. Like
No, I
he'll
haven't seen this
explain.
guy.
He's like for the Olympics. I'll send you the link. He's great. But for the Olympics, he's been like explaining different elements and different Olympic,
like a
Winter Olympic
science,
sports and stuff
physics
like that.
stuff.
Kind of more just like I don't his topics vary across a lot of sports. Like he's done like Victor Wembanyama comparisons.
Oh, okay.
And like done like so the video I'm referencing specifically is like he did like what is curling? How is it scored? How does it work? How does it work in the Olympics? And like he has like one sheet of like grid paper that he's like time lapsing himself as he's drawing out his diagrams and stuff. And so he like moves to different sections of that grid paper as he's like explaining his different pieces of whatever sport thing he's explaining. Really good. I will find the link. I'll try to let me see if I can find
the one I've been.
Yeah,
but
please do.
What
are you most interested in?
Yeah, so curling. I was interested in curling. I like the Winter Olympics because, like, even I think in the Summer Olympics you kind of know most of the sports. Winter Olympics is weird shit. Like it's all odd.
Yeah.
The biathlon is really one that I feel like I've been kind of like
have not watched that one.
So that's endurance cross country skiing, and then you got to shoot. You have to hit like 5 targets in a row. Like
is this while moving?
No, so you ski
or
I think it's like
that one is crazy.
You ski like 3 miles and then you like shoot and then you got to ski another like 3 miles and then you shoot again. And if you miss any of the shots, it's like you get 5 shots to hit all of the targets. Then you get up to 3 reshoots. But if you don't hit any, if you miss 9, like if you still have 1 left over, you have to do an extra lap as well too.
Oh wow!
And then
crazy.
and when you and each time you come around, you have to shoot in a different position. So you have to like be on like you standing and then like
standing
down,
up
and then like on a knee and that kind of thing. And
wow,
it's just it's like endurance, and then it's like this crazy precision thing. Basically, you got to get your heart rate down, and like the dudes like that are doing it are like it's pop 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 pop. It's pretty fast that they move through it. Yeah. But then, like they do, it's over like an hour.
The same guy I was talking about, by the way, he had he had a video about it.
And
what event is that called?
Biathlon. So like you have like
biathlon,
your heptathlon and pentathlon, and like the thing where it's like multiple events.
2 things.
But like
intensity and total calm, quite like biathlon. In the Winter Olympics since 1960, and it combines 2
I'll send this to you guys.
But someone was saying that like
Instagram I'm looking at, it's called Sports Ball, and he's got a bunch of these videos. He's got a ton of F1 videos as well.
Sure. Someone was saying that like it was because of like I feel like it was like apparently Norway is like the man at this, like they are the team or whatever. But like they like referenced it was like that it's how they protect their borders. It was like they like whole like squad of like 50 Russians came in and like did like an incursion on them one time, and like 10 dudes in skis from Norway just like hucked it up a mountain and just like popped these dudes 6 times, skied around him, and just like they were just totally unprepared, right? And you think about it, and you're like, of course you would be, like that's terrifying.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to add that one to the list. Totally agree. I've been watching a handful of Olympics too, seen a ton of curling. Got really big into the I'm gonna butcher the exact verbiage of it, but like the freestyling, like skiing,
freestyle skiing,
where you have to go through time. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, so like that's been captivating to me as well. Then obviously figure skating is fucking phenomenal. Like the more you watch figure skating, you're like, this is ridiculous. Anybody can do that.
The backflips, man. Like the fact that
mind blowing, dude. Yeah. People are doing that stuff on ice skates. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I haven't been watching much Winter Olympics, but after was it the Super Bowl maybe? That it might have been. But the Super Bowl was on, whatever, and I think they left it. It was on the TV, and then I think it was just coverage, and it wasn't live. It was just like a collapsed coverage of the Winter Olympics was on, and so the figure skating was on. We watched the American dude who they call him the quad god or whatever.
Yeah.
He does the one move no one else can do, but then he did the one-legged backflip, and we all were like, "Holy shit!
Like, yeah,
what the fuck?"
for sure.
I mean, it's crazy to watch. I can't even imagine. Like,
It's
seeing
really
that
got to be
person or
one of
anything
those
like that. I mean, it's
those
nuts.
things that like 20 years ago they're like, yeah, this is just unsafe. No one should do this kind of
Right.
thing. And now we're at that
Yeah.
point of like, well, we've pushed all the limits everywhere else. It's time we get unsafe. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
kind of
And
into
then
it.
if you get into the I don't know the right verbiage. I don't know if it's duets or whatever it is, like where you have the man
like,
and the woman.
pairings,
Yeah, pairs.
Yeah, like that stuff crazy too, man. They're fucking like throwing the women
I'll
around
just
while they're
Yeah.
skiing. I'm like, oh my god,
It
dude.
really
yeah,
is-
like that's
it really is when you get
Mind-blowing,
older
dude.
that you're just like, oh no, that is so much skill and so much
No, for
strength.
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like as a kid, you're like, not cool, unmanly,
Whatever.
figure
Yeah.
skating. Yeah. And then you're,
yeah, exactly.
and then
yeah.
you're just like, no, man, like your heart's exploding and you're throwing a person. Like,
Yeah. and you're landing on like one leg on ice skates.
yeah.
Right? Just
Yeah,
backwards.
on
mind-blowing you're
a
able to
on
do
a
that type of shit.
1/8 inch blade.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
backwards
crazy.
as well, too. Like,
Backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind blowing, dude.
well, that's the other thing when they started doing the snowboarding as well too. When they start talking about that, and you're like, it looks so. And I feel like Winter Olympics is very much for this, and they talk about that. I think in maybe it's running or swimming, where they're kind of like, if you look like you're. Oh no, it's racing. It's cars. Where like if you look like you're going slow, you're actually going really fast, kind of thing, because you're so smooth through everything. And like
Yeah.
it
Sure.
definitely feels like a lot of Winter Olympic sports. You're like, well, it doesn't look like they're trying all that hard until you realize that's because it's how good they are at something. Like
Right.
Yeah.
any other normal person is like, no, you're not even approaching this. And the fact
No,
that
yeah,
they
not
make this
close.
look easy is the fact that they are the best at this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One thing I do want to see, and I don't know if it's started yet, but I do want to watch some bobsledding. Have you
Oh,
seen that yet?
it is
Or Can you
going.
confirm if it's
It
started?
is going.
It's
yeah.
going. Okay, yeah.
I know,
That's the thing I need to catch.
Jason Kelsey took a ride on one, and he was like,
Oh, I saw
really?
he had a video. I saw a thumbnail.
yeah, he was kind of like, hey, I thought it was going to be a fun roller coaster. It's
Oh,
like
I'm sure.
that
Dude,
for the
they're going like
first
90 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's like, it's like that for the first 100 feet, and then you're in like a thing that's going 85 miles an hour, and he's like, I'm 220, and the curves at the end of that, it was like there's 1,400 pounds pressing down on me. Like,
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
by the time I couldn't take it anymore, they were thankfully hitting the brake, and I like that's the only reason I made it, kind of thing. And then you think
Yeah,
about the dudes
for
that do
sure.
skeleton, where they do that facing forward.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You're just like,
Yeah.
oh my
That's
God.
nuts.
That's ballsy, dude. Fucking ballsy.
Yeah, you'll never catch me dead in one of those things.
Adam, have you
All right,
watched
Joe.
anything, or do you want to share any comments? No.
You know what? We're running long on time. I
Yeah,
haven't watched
sorry.
much. I can mention. Oh no, it's all good. Winter Olympics relevant, man. And I'm happy to talk about them.
America.
Yeah, I restarted Jujutsu Kaisen as like the next because I want an
Oh.
anime. I'm like hooked on anime. I'm not a big started Attack on Titan again, but
Other
brother,
microphone.
something
Lost
to.
We lost you
No,
on your
what?
mic.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I walked away from my. Wait, that's not it.
No, it's definitely the other one.
There we go. Are we
But
back?
started. Yeah, there you
go,
are.
good.
Restarted
All right,
Jujutsu
cool. So I walked
Kaisen.
away from my I walked away from my desk and I must have switched microphones so my headset disconnected. Restarted Jujutsu Kaisen because we've been watching Attack on Titan, which has been awesome. But I've been craving to watch an anime that's not that, and I can't watch it without my roommates. So back on that train because I watched the first season and then kind of stalled on it, and now they're on to season 3 already. So
I was gonna say, yeah, fair enough. I have also
gonna
not
try to
watched
catch up.
season 2 at all. I loved the first
Right.
season. Read the rest of it. I think I finished the series just reading it as well
Oh,
too.
yeah? I mean, I've heard the second season is like unbelievable.
Yeah,
when it
it's-
came out, there's a lot of hype about it.
It's the weird thing of like, so in reading it, at a certain point, the power leveling and like magic what's the word that people always use? Magic system stopped making sense.
Sure.
So I was,
Sure.
and then
I've heard that.
It just becomes this thing of like where you're just watching people be like, because I did X, Y, Z, you don't have the ability to do PRN, and I am doing, A, B, C, and you're like, right, whatever, just show me the cool shit. So I think it might in some ways be even better at that. It might be better for that in animated form because it'll either be dubbed where like they'll have translated it so I understand it better, which par for the course. I don't speak Japanese. That could also be part of it. And also I think Jujutsu Kaisen is just one that translates better into motion as well too.
Sure.
So I feel like I want to dip back in on that one.
My friends who have watched it, I remember them mentioning that like so there's Gojo, who's like one of the main protagonists. Apparently the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen has been like, I regret making him as powerful as I did because there's like basically no way to defeat this guy. He's untouchable is essentially what his superpower is. He can expand
the space between
it's not much of a spoiler.
Objects.
Yeah, he can. Yes, he can make the space in between objects infinite, essentially, which means no one can ever touch him. He can just make the space between himself and you infinite, and you'll never actually do any damage to him.
And because of his other power that he's inherited, he has infinite control of the ability to do that. Like, for a normal person, that should take all of your energy ever. But because he can basically say, like, well, no, I want to do that and only use a fraction of my energy to do so, he can.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. So that'll be my quick thing. I'm restarting that. Keep you guys posted. But we are pretty long on time when you factor in the post pod that's going to get inserted here. I mean, this is going to be long.
The other Nathaniel rant.
Hey man, that's what we're here for. That's what I show up for, Nathaniel, week in, week out, is just to hear you talk.
Just to hear me rant.
Yeah, exactly, man.
No, man, don't flatter me that way. You'll sign up for another 200 episodes or something.
I'll sign up for your TED Talks. Anyway, I'll leave the show plugs and personal plugs in the episode description. But thank you all for listening, especially made it this far in the episode. Join us for our review of Crime 101 next week. We will BRB.
America, ready for another lesson.
Guys, I don't know if it's because we've talked so much about like Dune and like the bit's gone for a bit, but I find myself a little bit ambivalent on Timmy C. I know this might be an internet hot take. Maybe it's a bit contrarian.
Yeah, man. That may be a hot take, man. Timmy C is on a.
I know. Everyone likes
few
him,
years,
and I haven't seen.
People like him, man.
I gotta say, I haven't seen Marty Supreme, so like I gotta hold that one in the barrel.
Yeah,
but like
it was good.
I don't know if like his acting, like I think he's decent in Dune, like, but I didn't think he was like incredible. And I'm trying to think of like other stuff that
I think he's got his moments in Dune. I think that speech he gives in
oh yeah,
that's like incredible,
powerful.
Incredible scene.
Totally agree.
I don't know. I like him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying like I don't. Maybe I'm a little bit cool on the hype.
Sure.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because he's got a lot of it.
He's got a lot of it, and like I
don't love some.
It all started when Anthony Edwards gave him White Boy of the Year.
Yeah, for sure. Me and Edwards talked about that before. Yeah,
I think
and he's just like wildly popular being from New York. Like he goes to Knicks games and sits courtsides and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's impossible to not be a megastar. You're in the largest city in the United States.
And like by all means, like I think he's cool.
Dating Kylie Jenner.
I think he's cool to have out
100%.
there and like have his mentality of like I want to be the best. Like I think it's cool that we have that flavor out there. But I'm not saying if I personally have seen something that I really connect with him in yet overall. So
Okay.
I think that's
we
fair,
know
man.
you are the anti Dune
yeah,
person on the pod,
And-
right?
yeah.
And I say that respectfully. Obviously, you still enjoy and respect the film, but yeah, I hear you. I think Marty Supreme is one I want to get to. I'll probably just wait till it gets on just streaming or VOD or something. Probably sit down and rent it. I've heard some pretty good things about it, but just didn't
It is.
get a
I mean,
chance to get into
it
the
was
theater.
top 3 movies of the year for me last year.
Yeah.
Where
It
are
was
you
very,
on
very
Uncut
good. I really
Gems
enjoyed
though?
it.
Where are you in
I'm
comparison?
low on Uncut Gems.
Where are you in comparison? Okay.
So
see,
I'm
I
a Good
loved
Time
Uncut
stan
Gems.
personally. I think Good Time is better.
Got a question for you on that.
I liked Uncut Gems, but I think it was overhyped. I think
Okay.
Marty Supreme better than Uncut Gems.
See,
Okay. Wow. Okay. A lot of people love Uncut Gems, so
I know, a lot
I
of
hear
people
you
do.
on that.
I think a lot of those people never saw Good Time,
Yeah.
which is the first Safdie brothers film, which has Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson in it, and I would argue is maybe the best of the 3.
Which I've never seen that, so
But definitely better than
would be with
Uncut
the
Gems.
masses.
You should see it.
See,
It's good.
I saw Uncut Gems, or no, I saw Good Time back in. I think that one's like 20. It's like pretty early. It's like 2014.
It's like 2014 or 2015,
Yeah.
maybe.
So I think
Yeah.
I caught it.
On Google. It's showing 2017. Real quick, fellas.
All
Tell
right,
me
never-
exact date
wow,
on
okay.
here.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yep.
I'm way off, but
Still almost a decade ago.
okay.
Sorry.
So then,
that's what's crazy.
so then
Yeah,
I
sure,
must
yeah.
have seen that. I had a memory of seeing that on disc, but I must have seen it on streaming at some point.
I had that same feeling, Blake. I was like, I don't even know if I want to say this.
Yeah.
Anyways, I caught
Did you saw that on streaming?
Yeah, I caught Good Time before and Uncut Gems had come out. And so I
Okay.
knew that they were making Uncut Gems, and I was like, oh shit, I'm kind of hyped on it. So I was one of the early, like, I feel like I saw that opening weekend, and before any hype had ever built, I was like, oh, this movie fucks. Like,
Sure.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
I felt like I had like, I came out of that theater because again, by that point, no one had hyped it for me. I just knew that they were good filmmakers because I had enjoyed Good Time so much, and I didn't really know what it was going to be about and like kind of what was going to. And so
Sure.
I came out of that theater happy to be on solid ground again, just like having had this insane experience where it's so intense the whole time kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I really got to enjoy that. And then I think I got to show Tyler Uncut Gems for the first time as well too. And again, if you're just like saying like, oh, Adam Sandler's new movie's out, I'm gonna go check it out. Heard he's doing this indie flick with these new guys, and then you walk into Uncut Gems blind, like that's such a rare experience. I
Crazy
feel
experience.
like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. That's one I wish I could have gotten.
But yeah, so I just wasn't super interested in this one, but I feel like I'm in the minority in this in general. So I will see it at some point. I also haven't seen The Smashing Machine.
I haven't seen that either. Honestly, though, I have no
Not
interest
great
in seeing
things.
that.
I've seen-
Someone's
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
have
have
to
a-
convince me to go watch The Rock in a serious role.
Well, I've seen
Like,
the
I'm sorry,
I've seen the
I don't
documentary.
have that in my appetite.
I've seen the original.
I didn't
Like,
know there was a documentary.
yeah, like it's, and from what I understand, it's more or less like shot for shot in some bits. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, like it's just it's kind of right there, and then what's different is changed in an odd way. So yeah, I have a weird relationship with that movie in general, in some ways, but plus, like, The Rock's what, 50 at this point, playing 20-year-old Mark Kerr.
Yeah, dude. I think I'm just cool on The Rock, dude.
He's timeless, man.
I don't know what else to say. You know.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Rock or Timothy Chalamet? Not in a fight. Like if you had to pick.
Like
Do
whose
you smell?
catalog would I?
The
Okay, now,
Rock's music
here's the
starts
question.
playing.
Yeah.
Is it whose catalog do I? If they stopped making movies
Yeah, I was
today,
gonna
whose
say.
catalog would I rather continue watching? Or is it like who?
Who you betting on?
Obviously, Timothy Chalamet, right? If we,
I
He's got
just meant it
30
as
years of
who-
acting if he
who do
plays
you
That's what I
guys-
was
Who do you
thinking,
guys
yeah.
like who do you guys like more, just in general, and interpret that how you want. But I do like the thought exercise of like, which discography would you prefer, or
Because The Rock's got a
like,
lot of fucking movies.
Yeah,
dude.
but
He
some of them
does,
kind of
but
rule.
he's got a lot of movies.
that's what I'm saying. I know.
Yeah. He's got a
I
lot of
know.
movies, and he's got like 2 characters. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and so
Exactly. Exactly.
So it'd be fun to watch, all that.
I mean, Timmy C does have like
I don't know.
Interstellar in there just randomly.
I know he's
Yeah.
got such like he's already
all-time classic for sure.
It's
love
really-
or hate Timmy C, you do have to just admire and respect the number of movies that he's been in that are just bangers, and then on
Well,
top of that, just the variety.
I think that's kind of my
movies he
problem.
has.
I think that's part of what I don't like.
yeah,
is
they're
that, like,
almost all too good.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a. Of course,
doesn't
he's
have
got
a hidden
Interstellar and
Yeah.
the Dunes and Mars Brain. Yeah, but
He's just
does he
strength to
have
strength.
2005 video game adaptation of Doom?
Sure.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
Doom,
Sure.
but Doom.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
doesn't
That's
have
just-
that thing before he was in the thing. He was kind of just always
Exactly.
there.
Yeah,
You know,
he
like,
hasn't struggled,
his thing
man.
before the thing is Interstellar, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
that's, not,
Yeah,
that's
right.
out the window.
I think that's part of
Yeah.
my overall attitude on that as well too. That he hasn't hit his struggle period yet. Maybe once he
Yeah.
kind of like he falls off a little bit and starts making odd choices, then I'll come around on him.
Well,
Then I'll be
they'll find a superhero role for him at some point, and then
I don't think-
he'll run to the dark Timmy C times, and then he'll have his reconnaissance.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He might be in
I
the
don't
he
know.
might be in the
Oh,
Leo
Stephen King's got
bracket
Scorpion
where it's
King.
just
Yeah, 100%.
full on.
I think so.
I think that's
Yeah.
that's where he's gonna go. For
That's
sure.
where we're trending for sure.
So
and that's I think the closest comp that I can think of. But I think he's like the first true movie star and young one at that I feel like we've had in a long time. Glenn
They tr-
Powell has really popped up in
they
the last couple
tried
years,
with
but, like,
Holland.
Timmy,
they tried real hard with Holland.
Yeah, they wanted it to happen.
Yeah,
but I
he
mean,
just
in terms of like,
end up doing.
I'll even say in terms of like,
Yeah, that was
we
the
talk about
problem.
Leo of like normal people who don't watch movies as much as we do. Like they'll go out and be like, oh, the new Leo movie's coming out. One
Well,
battle
you're
after
right.
another is
Yeah,
kinda
yeah,
that.
for
Like,
sure.
You know what I mean? Like he gets people in theaters.
Yeah, the last one for
I don't
that.
think Tom Holland was ever really that, and I don't know if we've had like other
No.
than Timmy C. I don't know the last like new.
It was like
directors that
Leo's
we've had is, like,
generation. It was
Yeah.
Leo. It was Will Smith. It was George Clooney
Tobey
for
Maguire.
a while. Yeah,
Yep, your Brad Pitts.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, sure.
Those are you guys.
Affleck.
Yeah.
Again, it's
Affleck.
anyone that was that now
Denzel.
has like a weird streaming series that they're carrying, right? Because that's where the money's going.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, we'll pay you
Right.
$50 million to be in this streaming series. You shoot for
for
3
18
weeks.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sell your soul. Here's your cash.
Hey man.
Yeah, I mean,
Speaking of that,
there's Timmy
Go
C. I don't know who else
yeah, I don't
in terms of like
young,
under 30 or around that age.
Yeah, young
Who has that
male.
kind of
Yeah, I think
power.
he just turned 30.
Zendaya, and in terms of like
Zendaya is,
female
yeah.
actresses,
Zendaya is definitely the other one.
maybe.
Pattinson is becoming that, I would say.
Pattinson.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
he's almost. This sounds so stupid for me to say out loud. Almost like too old. He's like a generation
Yeah, he's a little
removed.
too.
He's
old.
our gen.
Yeah,
Like
but,
how old do we
like-
think? How old do we think Robert Pattinson is? That's what I'm saying. Robert Pattinson's probably early 30s.
Oh, off the top of my head,
I guess.
Ooh, no. He's like 38. He might be 40, dude.
No, he's not 40. He's like 36, 37.
Ooh, I
Robert
don't.
Pattinson.
You guys
39.
are gonna- Yeah.
So
okay,
yeah,
there you go.
like I don't think we can include him in that generation.
elder
right? So,
millennial.
yeah,
No, I don't think so.
He's elder
I hear
millennial.
you. I hear you. Speaking of what we
Dude.
were talking about, things just going straight to streaming and kind of that's where the money is. Did anybody watch The Rip,
Nah.
the Matt Damon Ben
what is
Affleck
that?
joint,
Nah.
Netflix
no.
movie?
Yeah.
Heist. Is he a cop?
No. Is he a
We
co-op?
need all the money.
Is
Who's
he a
dirty?
co-op?
Yeah. I watched that the other day. 100%
Serviceable?
forgettable. Like tried to sit down and watch it and just turned into complete background
I'm
noise.
shocked. Ben
Yeah.
Affleck, Matt Damon together at last.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's
But that's where the money's at, man.
that's tough to
So,
hear.
I mean, it
It
is what
is.
it is.
Well,
It
that's the
is.
thing too, is they pay him
I-
like ungodly amounts of money. It's like it's $150 million movie, and 50 million of it's going to Chris Hemsworth or whoever. Like, and then yeah, sure,
right.
100 million for the rest of it. All right, but now it looks like shit because you shot it in a fucking box that's all green. and you
Yeah,
you shoot it with one of the cameras that's got like that is made for Netflix, so it's got access to 6 colors in it.
Oh, I
Quantity over
know.
quality.
I know one person that we're forgetting. We're talking about the kind of the younger guys. He's older than Timothy Chalamet, right? He's more in the generation of Nathaniel and myself, of your mid to early 30s. Because Nathaniel, what are you, 33?
Yeah, I turned 33 in December.
Gotcha. Yep. So, and I turned 31 in January. So yeah. So this guy is with you, and funny enough, he's in Crime 101. Know what we're talking about? We're big fans of him. At one point, people wanted him to be the next Bond. Talked about that a little bit.
Idris Elba.
No, brother, Idris Elba's got to be
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
That's actually not a bad pool. He's probably a little older.
Is it Barry Keoghan?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Barry Keoghan?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Nathaniel.
I don't like that guy.
Oh, dude, he's solid. And he's got some really good films if you go into his filmography.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I've just decided
fair.
I don't like that guy.
Fair.
See, this is me and Timmy C.
He's a fine actor.
Yeah, like sometimes it just happens.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
Fuck him. Like I don't care what he's done. I don't care what he's made. I don't like him.
Yeah.
So I hear
Unfortunately, I'm just against the internet on this one. Like Barry Keoghan never won White Boy of the Year yet.
Yeah. Very true.
To just
He's in
maybe
Dunkirk.
pin on the
Dunkirk is real
Oh,
good.
I forgot he's in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
To,
He's got some.
bring this
Go ahead.
Bring this full circle. Something I did want to mention in this Timmy C conversation is that despite my love for Dune, I will never be a diehard Timmy C fan at it, and he isn't a direct correlation as to I don't love the film because of Timmy C, and I don't love Timmy C because of the film.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's very good in it, and I like him a lot, just in general. But I'm not gonna go and just defend him blatantly or blindly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Cool guy though.
Yeah,
Excited to see
seems
what
like
he
it,
does
man.
next.